So today we talked about using the distributive property to multiply. This is really closely related to using the break apart strategy, in which we would break apart a number into, for example, 7, break it into 5 plus 2, and create two different multiplication problems. The reason we're learning it this way is because it might look like this on their Scantron or other tests they might see. So it's the same thing, it just looks a little different. So I'm going to go over how you might solve some of these, and hopefully you can work through the rest on your own. So for the first one, we have 4 times 7. So we're going to break this 7 into 5 and 2. As a reminder, we can break apart numbers that have the add-ins of 1, 2, 5, and 10, because those are pretty easy to skip count by. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 5, 10, 15, 20, 10, 20, 30, 40. We can skip count by those to multiply pretty easily. So in this problem, we're going to break apart that 7. So we're going to write the problem just how it is, except instead of a 7, we're going to group 5 plus 2 together. So now we have 5 times 5 plus 2. Next, we're going to distribute this 4 onto each of those numbers, just like we did before, and create two separate multiplication problems. 4 times 5, and then we're going to add that to 4 times 2. Solving these two multiplication problems, 4 times 5, we can skip count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, and add that to the sum of the product of this multiplication problem, 4 times 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, and we are left with 20 plus 8, which equals 28. Number 2, we have 6 times 12. We're going to break apart this 12, which will give us 6 times, and again, we're going to break it apart to get the add-ins of either 1, 2, 5, and 10. So for 12, we're going to do 10 plus 2. So we're left with 6 times 10 plus 2, and this 10 plus 2 equals 12. Next, we're going to make our multiplication problem by distributing the 6, or we have 6 times 10 plus 6 times 2. 6 times 10, we should get 60. We're going to add that to 6 times 2, which equals 12. And 60 plus 12, 72. So 6 times 12 is 72. Let's do one more. With 6 times 3, we're actually going to break apart this 6 here. And we're going to use the add-ins 5 and 1. So instead of 6, we're going to write 5 plus 1 and multiply that by our 3. We're going to bring that down. Then we're going to distribute this 3 onto each of those numbers, which will give us 3 times 5 plus 3 times 1. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 3 times 1 is 3, which gives us 18. So 6 times 3 equals 18. And you can continue with this. For number 4, we might want to break up the 3 into 2 plus 1. Here, we might want to break up the 4 into 2 plus 2. 15 into 10 plus 5. Again here, we can do the 3 into 2 plus 1. And again with our 7, break it up into 5 plus 2. And again, using this method, looking at it this way is important because this is how the students might see it on Scantron or other tests. But if they are having trouble, again, we can always use the method we did before, where we break up the number by creating a number bond of 10 plus 5 and using that method instead. But it is good for them to see it in this method so that if they see it like this, they understand what's happening and how to solve for it.